Daoud Kuttab is a writer for Al Monitor and he joins us live from Jordan's capital, Amman. Thank you so much for your time. We've been hearing from a lot of people today about the impact that this result will have on Europe and also Asia. But what will it mean for countries in the Middle East?
Well, in the Middle East, there are two different points of view. There is obviously the relations between the EU and the countries of the Middle East, especially on the economic level, is very important. And in Jordan, Palestine, and some of the countries in the region, the British colony is still remembered, and there is a lot of residue of Britain. I think what's most important for most people is how this will affect foreign policy, especially on the Palestine-Israel conflict. And on that level, I think people feel that the European Union now will be more able to put more pressure on the Israelis on issues like settlements and settlement products, because the British were always vetoing different resolutions restricting the European Union. So some people are kind of happy about this decision, but it's still way too early to actually find out what it will mean for the foreign policy decisions.
Mr. Kuttab, on the issue of immigration, David Cameron famously said that he would cap immigration at 100,000 people per year. It's actually surpassed 300,000 people per year. Now, more than half of those people in the UK are from Europe, but many are also from the Middle East. When we have problems like Syria going on and also the conflict that you're speaking about with Palestine, the Gaza, West Bank, how do you see this affecting immigration?
Well, you know that England is an English-speaking country, and many of the people from this part of the world don't speak French or German or the other languages. So it's a very a priority for many people if they were going to immigrate to the United Kingdom. So on that level, it was always the top priority for many people. But the problems of the Syria, Iraq fronts are much bigger than the issue of immigration. And many people are in Turkey. Many people have been trying to reach the shores of Europe, regardless of whether they go to Germany or England. So I think the anti-immigration sentiment is what worries many people, that regardless of what happens between the UK and Europe, the sentiment is going to grow, and the right-wing elements in France and other countries is going to now be emboldened by this decision. And I think we will be seeing much more racist statements and racist policies that are against the immigration.
Mr. Kuttab, you're quite right when you say that the issues in the likes of Syria and Iraq are much bigger than just immigration. When you see the world trying to come together with meetings with the EU and also other coalition allies in the US to tackle issues like the war in Syria, do you see today's decision as impacting that?
Not really. I don't really think that it's will have a big impact on the Geneva talks or on the relations between the regime and the opposition, or on the fight between the coalition led by the US and the Islamic Daesh. So on all these fronts, I'm not sure it has any specific relationship, but it's probably mostly an economic decision than a political foreign policy one. But it's too early to say on all these issues. The biggest issue, I think, as we said earlier, is the immigration one. But on foreign policy, it's not clear.
Daoud Kuttab in Amman, thank you so much for your insight.